are a nerd.
A brand new trailer for Stranger Things Season 4 has surfaced, and unlike the other teasers that have been released so far, this one came with some interesting revelations. So many hints to hold on to. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Mania. In today's video, we'll be revealing the secrets ingrained in Stranger Things Season 4. Without further ado, let's jump right in. The new trailer shows fresh footage of the main cast. One thing to note is that the casts are looking much older than the last time we saw them in Season 3. Also in the trailer is a mysterious clock, which we'll talk about later. We're doing a countdown of what we've learned so far. Keep watching as some of our findings will blow your mind. The journey between Stranger Things Season 3 and Season 4 has been really long and has contained more surprises than the shady laboratory in the rural Midwest America where Eleven came from. Stranger Things began the filming of the fourth installment in February 2020, after an extended break between the second and third runs of the series. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic shut filming down almost as soon as it began. Although the pandemic affected filming, the pandemic was not the only factor responsible for the lengthy delay. This is because the Duffer Brothers are going bigger and more ambitious with this coming season. Season 4 is not at all like other seasons we've seen so far. We all know that the previous teasers offered very little details of how the plot will look. Our anticipation was kicked off by the ticking grandfather clock in the Upside Down. Afterwards, we're shown David Harbour's Harbour alive, and sort of well, in a Russian prison. In the trailer, he was seen toiling away in the snow. How did he survive? How did he end up in a Russian prison? That's something to look forward to. The most recent promotion for the series, which was released back in May, showed another MK-Ultra test subject of Dr. Brenner, which hinted towards the enigmatic and captivating backstory of Eleven. From the trailer, we know that Brenner himself, as played by Matthew Modine, would be returning for the coming season. One thing we know is that the coming season will have a darker tone to it, and fans have been warned by various cast members. The newest trailer provides an early glimpse at the main cast, as well as some of the new cast members that are joining the coming season. The sneak peek provides us with some hint, and the first one we'll be talking about is the grandfather clock. The return of the grandfather clock. After a series of footage from the past 3 seasons, the trailer for Stranger Things Season 4 moves on to some footage from Season 4. Some of the footage from the last season was the "It's almost there" line, which appeared at the beginning of the first episode. The first footage from Season 4 depicts a gothic and ridiculously creepy grandfather clock. This clock was seen in Netflix's brief announcement video of Stranger Things Season 4 in the Upside Down. The same clock has also been present in other promotional materials for the series. This clock was prominently featured in the trailer that showed Dr. Brenner's lab with Eleven in it. This can only mean one thing. Stranger Things is really hammering on the theme of time in the coming season. How will time affect the procession of the story? Is the grandfather clock a sort of passageway to the Upside Down? Is the grandfather clock an indication of time travel for the coming Season 4? Considering how old the gang have become, will Stranger Things Season 4 be set in the future? So many questions that will have to be answered when the 4th season is released. Again, Eleven gets captured. The next shot in the trailer is that of Joyce Byers' Eleven. She's looking a lot older than the last time we saw her in Season 3, and she has a brand new hairstyle on. The hairstyle seemed to be inspired by her new adopted mother, Joyce. In the footage, a shocked-looking Eleven is being restrained by people who look like government officials. This strongly hints that the authorities have caught up with their prized test subject, who went missing for a long while. Interestingly, the official government-looking goons are not the focus of Eleven's attention. She seems to be clearly troubled by something ahead of her. What could she have seen? Could this clip be the moment Eleven gets reunited with Dr. Brenner? Maybe the goons are merely his security details, sent with him to avoid a repeat of the disaster that happened at Hawkins' lab. The creepy mansion. A major part of the new trailer for Stranger Things Season 4 involves the Stranger Things gang stepping into a creepy-looking and abandoned mansion. Call it the true Ghostbusters style. The interior decoration, or the lack thereof, suggests that this could be the mansion housing the aforementioned grandfather clock. What better place fits a creepy grandfather clock than a creepy, derelict mansion? Our heroes could actually be on the hunt for this mysterious grandfather clock. In any case, the stunning shot of the house reveals a silhouette of Nancy Wheeler, as played by Natalia Dyer. Some of the gang return. As part of the same sequence, from the last footage that was shown in the trailer, we see the bunch of house invaders from before looking up at something. We think what they must have been looking at is the grandfather clock. It's not very clear what the gang is hunting for, but you'll agree that the gang itself is packed with a lot of curious minds. We see the older versions of Dustin, Steve, Robin, Nancy, Lucas, and Max. Will, Eleven, and Jonathan are not amongst the gang, and their absence is extremely suspicious. This only proves the separation of the gang from the finale of the third season of Stranger Things. In the finale, we saw that the Byers moved away, and since they're not present with the other gang, it seems that their moving away won't be resolved so easily. Where could Mike be? Maybe he's filming Ghostbusters Afterlife. Hopper gets a flamethrower. Of course, Stranger Things fans never thought they needed a double act, but here we are, seeing Jim Hopper with a flamethrower. This exciting shot could square off part of Hopper's daring escape from the Russian prison camp, which we saw in the previous trailer for Season 4. David Harbour has commandeered the weapon together with some interesting 1980s threads too, and it seems that he's hoping to burn his way out of trouble. We wish him luck. Chrissy and the cheerleaders. As the Duffer Brothers have hinted, Stranger Things Season 4 is going bigger, but that doesn't mean there's no room for more. There's still plenty of time for everyday school hijinks. The fleeting footage reveals a cheerleader rally, which was organized for the Hawkins Tigers basketball team. More importantly, the clip introduces a new character, Chrissy, as played by Grace Van Dyne, at the center. She's described as the most popular girl in school, but she's not without her dark secret. The cheerleader procession also sets up the arrival of another newbie in the series, Patrick, as played by Miles Truitt. Apparently, he's a basketball star who becomes entangled with the crazy shenanigans of the supernatural that Hawkins can't seem to get away from. The burning car. Is it not mysterious that the driver of the said vehicle managed to flip their vehicle over on an empty, straight road? We think it is. It is rather unfortunate, but the attention is not on the car, but on the shadowy figure with their back to the camera. Fans need to decide who this figure might be. Could it possibly be Mike, or Will, or even 11? The dark outline of the shot alone isn't enough to tell who it might be, but you'd agree that the image of someone watching a car burn and doing nothing to salvage the situation foretells the darker tone that is coming in this season. It is indeed dark and shadowy. Steve underwater. It seems Steve hasn't gotten enough from the chasing and beating he got from the Russians. For Stranger Things Season 4, poor Steve has been sent to search for something underwater. First, it was a haunted house. Then the mysterious-looking grandfather clock. Now the underwater hunt. Stranger Things seems to be getting stranger, and the showrunners are bringing back the sense of Goonies-style adventure from Season 1. There's always time for D&D. The threats may be bigger and the gang may be getting older, but it seems Season 4 still has some time for Dungeons & Dragons. Although we didn't get to see who's playing, the team's roleplay usually identifies with whatever is happening in Hawkins on a very large scale. We wonder which fantasy lore will inform the mysteries and monsters on Stranger Things Season 4. 11's past. The 11 trailer that was released some time ago suggests that the coming season will be revealing a lot about Millie Bobby Brown's 11. There will be more insight into the character's time under the tutelage of Dr. Brenner in the Hawkins lab. We know one thing for sure. 11's past will be very pivotal to the future of Stranger Things. Another thing to note is the way the camera was positioned inside the cell with 11 looking in. Could scenes from the lab in Season 4 be from another child's perspective? Could it be that the mystery character is remembering their time in the lab, being experimented on with other kids who were present, including 11? Some fans have theorized that these images from Brenner's lab are in fact a new series of cruel experiments taking place in the present day, as opposed to the flashbacks we think of them to be. This theory certainly fits, seeing the earlier shots of 11 being apprehended by men in dark suits. A new gang. In some of the footage, we see 4 kids cycling down a long road. Although this sight is not strange to Stranger Things fans, the youngsters are not the same. From left to right, we see that the quartet appear to be Max, Dustin, Lucas, and Erica. Erica is the sharp-witted younger sister to Lucas, and it seems that she will become a proper member of the gang for Stranger Things Season 4. And that's the end of today's video. If you made it this far, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and don't forget to share it with your friends. While you're here, go ahead and click on one of these 2 videos on your screen. We'll see you there.